What's up, guys? It's finally here. Welcome to our long-awaited rewrite for Transformers Age of Extinction, or as we're calling it in this rewrite, Transformers 4. As promised back when I first started this rewrite series of the Bayverse saga back in 2019, this rewrite of Transformers 4 will serve as the first chapter in the Bayverse sequel trilogy rewrite, with this rewrite of Transformers 4 being split into 3 parts, each part covering one act of the film. So, Part 1 naturally covers Act 1, and you can find the link to the rewrite doc in the description down below. For anyone who is new to my channel, this rewrite is part of an ongoing project where I'm reworking the entire Bayverse saga. The first trilogy includes the 2007 Transformers film, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon. The second trilogy picks up with Age of Extinction, The Last Night, and an original concept I'm developing for a hypothetical Transformers 6, the final chapter in a sequel trilogy that never actually happened. As I mentioned in my first set of Transformers rewrites, I want to stress that this rewrite is purely a fun thought experiment and a personal writing exercise. It's not intended as a critique or a negative commentary on the work of Michael Bay, Aaron Kruger, Lorenzo di Bonaventura, Hasbro, or anyone else involved in creating these films. This is just a playful, subjective piece of fanfiction, nothing more. Think of it as an alternate retelling of the original stories. I don't think that I'm a better writer or storyteller than any of the people who worked on the Bayverse, nor do I want to disrespect any of the hard work that they put into these films. If this type of fanfiction is not your cup of tea, then that's completely fine. You're under no obligation to enjoy this. At the end of the day, it's simply just a what-if scenario that lets me stretch my creative muscles within a universe that personally and creatively means a lot to me. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll already know that I'm a huge Transformers fan, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for the franchise. If you guys haven't seen my rewrites for the past 3 Transformers films, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to the playlist down below for you guys so you can go check that out, just in case you want to get caught up to speed before you start this new rewrite for Transformers 4. But before we dive in, I do want to take a moment to share my overall vision for this sequel trilogy and explain how I'm going to tackle this rewrite series. I'm imagining a scenario where Hasbro had taken a page from Peter Jackson's playbook and developed the scripts for all 3 films, Transformers 4, 5, and 6, at least in draft form, if not fully completed, before cameras even started rolling on Transformers 4. That approach means that this trilogy will have much more deliberate setup and payoff, all carefully mapped out before principal photography would even begin. My sequel trilogy draws heavy inspiration from seasons 3 and 4 of the original G1 cartoon, along with the 1986 Transformers movie. In this series, Unicron will be the main villain, with the Quintessons playing a significant supporting role. I'm also focusing on themes and motifs surrounding the 13 Primes, their lore, their backstory, and the legacy that they left behind. I'm taking that medieval knight aesthetic that Michael Bay wanted to weave into the sequel trilogy, and I'm going to redirect it towards the 13 Primes rather than the Knights of Iacon. And finally, I'm also pulling from the 2011 animated series Transformers Prime for inspiration, since its popularity in real life did shape some of the creative choices behind Age of Extinction and The Last Night. I also want to give you all a quick disclaimer and a heads up regarding what the next couple of months will look like in terms of the upload schedule for parts 2 and 3 of Transformers 4. Since my master's program and full-time job as a teacher keep me pretty busy, I'm pretty much only able to work on my YouTube projects during summer or winter breaks in between the semesters. So that leaves me with only a short amount of time to squeeze out as many rewrites and pitches as possible before the next semester starts up. So that means if I don't upload part 2 by the end of August 2025, that means that the new semester has already started back up for both my job and my master's program, which in result means I won't get a chance to work on part 2 until winter break starts up 6 months from now. So, between now and then, please do not spam me with demands and continuously ask me when part 2 is going to come out. We had issues with that in the past on this channel concerning other videos, and granted, I will admit, 5 to 9 months was a long period of time to wait in between parts 1, 2, and 3 concerning my past Star Wars and Transformers rewrites. But I promise you guys that these long stretches that take place in between these videos are not due to any kind of slacking off or laziness on my part. If it takes me a long time to upload a video, it's usually because I'm actually really busy with either work, school, my personal life, or all of the above. I do have a family I have to take care of, I have a full-time job, I have bills to pay, I have things I need to take care of, and I don't get paid to do this on YouTube. This is just a fun side gig that I do for fun. It's literally just a hobby. I've made 0 cents ever since I started being a YouTuber. I have not received any single sort of currency or money or payout ever since I started this. So it's not like this is a second job or anything like that. I literally do this just for fun. So if I don't have enough time in my adult life, that's because I am taking care of other things, and that's why you don't get another video for this rewrite series until it's like 5-6 months down the line. So with that being said, I already know that there's going to be an annoying handful of people who are going to completely ignore this disclaimer. They're going to fail to pay attention or listen at pretty much every single turn, and they're going to keep on repeatedly asking me for when part 2 is going to come out. But for those of you who have even just a smidgen of self-control, I want to thank you guys so much for your patience and for not blowing up my emails or my comment sections for the videos with all kinds of needy requests. I appreciate your guys' maturity, your patience, and your support. You guys are awesome, and you are the audience that I love to interact with the most because you guys are chill, you're respectful, you're mature, and you're able to have an intelligent conversation while still being passionately nerdy. That's the kind of fan base I love to have. I also want to remind you guys that if you want early access to part 2 of Transformers 4, you can get that by becoming a patron over on my Patreon at patreon.com/Phoenix Studios. As a quick side note, I'm going to ask that you guys do me a favor and leave spoiler warnings on your comments down below, just so that other folks can enjoy the comment section without getting spoilers before they've had a chance to read the actual rewrite. In the meantime, go ahead and click on the link down below, and I hope you guys like what the Dark Lord and I came up with. Don't forget to leave a comment with some feedback down below, and I will see you guys next time. Till all are one.